Welcome to Arena UK in Lincolnshire, part of the Winter Premier Show series. A whole host of riders competing here, from our young riders right the way through our top international experienced riders as well. It's a great mix competing in top qualifiers and all building up towards the Winter Premier Grand Prix that take place at the very best show centres here in Great Britain, including here in Grantham at Arena UK. The final round of the series still to come at the Hand Equestrian Centre in Somerset, but before that we catch up with one of Britain's very, very best. Michael Whitaker, based not too far from here from Arena UK, competing here all week with a string of horses and a string of pupils. And down in the warm-up area, Faye Coton caught up with him.
Today I've got Ellie. She's a grey mare, 8-year-old in the 1,000-pound class, and I think she's one for the future. So.
And is it true you do a lot of fitness in your free time, Michael?
I do a lot of running, training, weights, fitness regime.
Any chance we can have a quick look at the six-pack going on here?
Well, fitness a big part of the whole setup for our riders these days. It's about having fit horses, fit riders, all ready to go. And they are all ready to go in this Winter Grand Prix. So let's take a look at Michael's round with Ellie van der Coleman. He mentioned there a horse he thinks an awful lot of. Has been in his yard for a couple of years now and is just coming to that age when they really will start to shine at the very, very top level. It's always about building that string all the way through. 8, 9 years of old now, these string of top horses that Michael's got alongside the likes of Viking. He's been competing last season at the very top level, and of course a win last season in the Aachen Grand Prix. Shows like this, a great chance for Michael to start testing these type of horses before they take on the big international tracks. Just taps that one, and again we can see in here this arena very much emulating top international arenas around the country. Good chance for Michael to bring out a whole host of horses this week. It's literally based 10-15 minutes from Arena UK. Thai Bodybuilding the courses here this week and builds many of the big tracks here at Arena UK. They have their own big festival as well throughout the season. It's in September. Been very busy here all week with literally lorries full arriving. Looking good so far with Ellie van der Coleman. Final one on track, and it's good from him. It is a clear round there for Michael Whitaker, as we'd expect from one of the world's very best. 76.96, okay for time as well. So Michael Whitaker through to that jump off and with a very good chance in round 2. And with several horses in this class, he's got several handed chances of taking the £1,000 first prize. Now to a lady who's been training with Michael Whitaker, Emily Ward.
Obviously very talented. She won the Young Riders at Olympia and the pony class there. She's very, very talented. She's very determined. She's a really good prospect for the future.
Would you say you're one of Emily's inspirations?
I don't know about that, but she's one of mine.
Michael's a good family friend of ours. I've known him since I was a baby. He's helped me since I started show jumping, really. I've got Wild Rose in the Grand Prix. She's 9. I've ridden her for about the last 3 weeks, really. She's been going really well, and my father still owns her, and Michael rides her in the big shows like abroad. And she's going very well at the moment, so hopefully get into the jump off and get a place.
Very good rider indeed, just 13 years of age, has proved herself well and truly already, winning the World Class Under-23 Championship at Olympia at the tail end of last season and won several national Grand Prix already. Started out competing in show jumping and also in the working hunter classes as well, in the showing side. Proved herself again and again. Is very much an exciting young talent for Great Britain. Still riding ponies too. Doing the right thing, training with one of the world's very, very best. Nick Ward, father, been a long-time owner with Michael and great supporter. Looking good so far. Always great to see Michael Whitaker's place early in the morning. So many riders working a whole host of top horses. There we go, over the last, gelling already with that one. Wild Rose and Emily Ward looking good through to that jump off, so she'll be featuring once again. Can the pupil beat the master? We wait and see. So Emily Ward through to round 2. Joe McGlory now, Camilo. Joe, who won the big qualifier here in September. Horse of the Year show, Wild Cards show. Won the final leg there. Very excited about that one indeed. Lady who's based near Liverpool. A regular on the county show circuit as well. Really starting to take her horses up a gear, ready for the season. Amazing how quickly it comes round, and now the winter circuit as well, of course, is so strong. Several of the Premier shows now before Christmas. And the arena here, real chance to test out the horses before the likes of the Olympias, Horse of the Year shows. Great international arena, of course, so many big shows here as well at Arena UK throughout the season, both indoor and out. Still clear, looking good. Has to be one of the most consistent combinations on the national circuit. It's getting a little strong down there. Just need to hold it together for these final couple. Whoop, whoop. No, I didn't get it. Has the last down, I'm afraid. It's 4 there for Joe McGlory, Camilo. Two of them just having two different conversations coming towards the end, I think, there. But they'll certainly feature a lot throughout the season, I can assure you. As we can see, just coming in, meant they weren't right for that last fence. Down it goes. So it's 4 for Joe. And now to Lance Whitehouse, another who learnt his trade with a top rider, Nick Skelton.
It was a really good experience for me, riding such good young horses, and obviously his older horses that I rode, and they're so talented, and like, I think the best thing is when you watch Nick kind of produce the horses, and you see how he kind of gets them ready for the show through the week, and when you get to the show, they're performing so well because it's all like set out in a plan. And I think I got to ride Big Star when he was a young horse, and to sit on a horse of that sort of talent that went and won a gold medal, I think not too many people can actually say they've ever done that. So it was a proud moment. I've got RUBIS, which is owned by Alan Robinson, and I think he'd be my best chance. I think he's my #1 horse now. And I feel quietly confident with him. I just need the luck on the day, and I think he could be away. So see how it goes.
Well, Lance, who won European gold medals in ponies, then went on, as we heard, to great things, and of course has that great privilege of having helped produce the great Big Star to Olympic level. But a very good rider, riding several horses for the Robertsons. They've produced a whole host of top horses throughout the years. That's originally from Gloucestershire direction. And of course, all these horses throughout the season, big season that we have now, both here in Great Britain and beyond, nationally throughout the summer. The International Stairway Series, where we really start to move horses up, ready for the international competitions, but many horses heading off after this week as well to the big tours all across Europe, Spain, and then on to the likes of Belgium, Italy, all part of the big global picture. Over the last, and it's good round from Lance Whitehouse once again. Very good rider indeed, gets the very best out of them. 74.56. So Lance Whitehouse and RUBIS, as he said, his top horse right now, through to round 2. Graham Gillespie next to go with Veldy. Another one, in fact, based with Michael Whitaker now, learning his trade there. He's had great success in European Championships before now, went so well in the Children on Horses ranks. And now, well, he's shot up, and certainly proving a very good rider on horses indeed. And of course, a big season ahead, and a great chance for many of our young riders as well, alongside our experienced riders, to get international experience here in the UK. Several new internationals coming online, including the International 2-Star. One's gone. International 2-Star that'll take place at Chepstow at the David Broome Event Centre. They're stepping up a gear. And of course, throughout the season, shows that have now become established, the Charles Stanley British Masters as well at Southview, alongside the traditional events, Hickstead, with their 2 meetings, And several others in the pipeline too. Very exciting stuff for British show jumping at the moment. Of course, they're back on all that excitement of the Olympic Games last year. The legacy of that sport is really starting to come through, not just in our riders but also in the event staged here in Great Britain. Graham, originally from Scotland, very much from a show jumping background. Looks good, but it is that one down. 4 faults there for Graham Gillespie this time. 1 fence down for him, so he won't be featuring in round 2 on that one. Veldeer the second, 71.33. Rider very much on the up though, currently sitting second in the young rider rankings, just behind Chloe Aston. Could he take that top spot this year? We wait and see. Or could he be challenged by the 16-year-old Jessica Mendoza?
Just 16, you've obviously achieved a lot of awards so far. Could you tell me a little bit about the awards?
I've got Show Jumper of the Month once when I was younger. I've done quite a few Grand Prix this year. I've won the one at Addington, which was really great. That was my biggest win so far. And I've got the Grand Prix later, so hopefully I'll do well in that.
And what sort of achievements are you looking for the future?
It would be amazing if I can get on the Juniors Europeans this year, and then maybe Rio, but it's quite a while away.
Well, it all comes round very quickly, but you certainly wouldn't bet against this young lady being involved. Such a successful career on ponies with Tixie Licks. Oh, that's gone. And now building up, as she has been for a little while now, a very good string of horses. So very good against the clock as well when she needs to be in those jump-offs. Based down in Wiltshire. Great family support from mum and dad. It's very strong work ethic through the whole of the system. Another one who's part of the world-class programme, start of potential programmes, developing riders for the future. I can assure you this one will be a big part of it. A couple new additions to her string of horses this year. Down to the last. Jumps that one okay, but it is that 1 fence down. 4 faults there for Jess Mendoza. And classic high fly, so I'm afraid not going to be part of round 2 on this occasion. Just seeing her coming back round to that fence, just slips a little coming into that and has the back bar. So it's 4 faults, 72.32 for Jessica Mendoza. Well, one down there, but these are the riders through to round 2. We caught up with a few of them. Join us for all the action from the jump off after the break. Welcome back to Arena UK and the jump-off for this Winter Premier Grand Prix. These are the riders that are through to round 2, the great young talents of William Whittaker, Sally Hopkinson, and then the experience of Michael Whittaker in there too. Anthony Condon, the young Irish rider, and last to go, Vicky Young and Barici. It's certainly not going to be over until the end. William Whittaker starts us off with BOWHOUSE Rubis. Horse he's had for a couple of seasons now. William, another of our riders on the world-class programme, start of potential programmes. Been identified as having the top talent, which he certainly has and proved again and again. And his horse is now has that one down. Have been stepping up a gear in the recent weeks. A whole host of placings for him. Just starting to reach the age where he can really test them internationally. Not having the day he'd want today. 2 down so far. 8 faults. And down to the last. Jumps it in the opposite direction this time. 32.62. It's 8 there for William Whittaker to get us underway. BOWHOUSE Rubis. That's that one down. And again, just first part of that double 2, I'm afraid. Sally Hopkinson and Tunis. Rider who's been part of the under-18 squads and their Nations Cup competition. Again, she's learning her trade here on the Winter Premier Grand Prix. Great thing for Great Britain at the moment is a whole string of next generation young talent coming through too. Not just having seen the Ben Mayers and the Scott Brashes at that Olympic level now well established, men in their mid to late 20s, but now riders 18, 19, 20, thereabouts, all ready to join them in those top teams. Jumps the last well, it's the first that clears, 40.03. Possibly too steady to win it, but we'll wait and see. It's a good steady round from her, and nicely done. Lance Whitehouse, Rhodos. Experienced enough now, both horse and rider, to know where they're headed. This could be a real gauge of where we are with the times. She's on there. Good so far. And the leading time 40.03. Now, up to the last. It certainly look well up on the clock at the moment. Yes, they are as they clear the last. Does it easily, 34.10. Very nice round from Sally, but it's a quicker one from Lance Whitehouse and Rhodos to go into the lead. Now that will take some catching. Michael Whittaker, Ellie van der Kulmen. As we've heard and seen, a whole host of riders competing here that are under his tutelage. Several that have worked under him now going on to their own yards. William Whittaker at one time within the Michael Whittaker stable. And of course with the Whittaker family breeding, that natural horsemanship. 4 at the moment. Here's one fence down, goes a little wide at the last. And again, Michael will also have an eye for this horse for the big competitions in the future. 37.80, 4 faults there for Michael Whittaker, but I know he thinks an awful lot of that one. Note the name. Ellie will be back. I wouldn't be surprised to see that horse on Nations Cup teams in coming years. Just touches off that upright on the way back towards the entrance. Now Emily Ward, Wild Rose II, winner of several Grand Prix this season. Just a bit hesitant into that first. As she said, only been riding this horse for a few weeks now. Michael, who's ridden this horse at several big international shows, owned by Father Nick Ward. And Emily will also be competing on pony still. Great girl under pressure, especially to deliver that win at Olympia. It is just the one fence down, 36.86, 4 there for Emily Ward and Wild Rose II. And he's looking a very exciting rider for the coming years and almost ahead of her time. Into the first fence. And I'm afraid has that one down. Well, now to William Whittaker, second ride for him. Glenvadra brilliant. Oh, another one to have the first. So we'll see him go up a gear now, thinking about getting into the prize money for the 4 faulters. Only had 2 clears so far, so a 4 fault round can still be in third. So we'll just keep the gears up on the way round. Through the double now to the last. Going a little bit wider, just taking this one quietly now. Again, one I'm sure we'll see feature throughout the season. 39.74, it's 4 there for William Whittaker, second ride for him. So 2 gone for William Whittaker so far. 8 and 4. Goes into 6th place, I'm afraid. Early bath time has the first fence, so chances go from the off. Thomas Whittaker, Shearwater Upanda. A whole host of Whittakers competing here this week. Son of Stephen, brother of Ellen. Good look through the Whittaker family tree. Thomas, who's competed also out on the continent, was out in the Netherlands for a bit. Coming to the last, 34.10 time to beat, going to be close and certainly going to be up there, 34.86. It's a good round from Thomas Whittaker, not quite quick enough to catch Lance Whitehouse. Goes into second with Shearwater Upanda, but Lance still leads the way with Rhodos at the moment. Still a way to go. Down to these planks. Just gives them a tap. Look at the wobble on that, but it stays. And you'll take it. Anthony Condon, Value T. Based in Cheshire, Irish rider. Works very closely with Billy Toomey. And again has learned his trade there and adopted the Billy Toomey style. Of course, Billy, who still works with occasionally and very much was trained by Michael Whitaker. So Michael's influence really running throughout this class. Good so far, despite the fence down. The time will be good, but it is the one down, 4 faults. But again, thinking of that prize pot, 34.28, one down for Anthony Condon and Value T. So it'll put him up in the top few, but the fence down drops them to 4th. Again, the upright on the way to the entrance. So, final combination, Vicky Young, Barici, great chance for her. Lance Whitehouse leads. Lance's time to beat 34.10. Vicky, who is literally just based a few miles from Arena UK. There's a lot of teaching and training here as well.